Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my third bullet journal of the year. We are doing a setup. Even though it's a mid-year setup, all of the elements are still the same. So whether you are starting your first journal for the year or if it's something in the middle, hopefully some of these spreads and pages and ideas will give you some inspiration, give you some new things to try out in your own journal. Yeah, I really like how it turned out. I have 9 different pages and spreads for you, and it didn't even take me that long. It's pretty easy because it's a minimal-ish theme, and I didn't make it too complicated. This journal I got off of Amazon. It was like a 2 for $15 I think. It's 120 GSM, which is the minimum thickness that I like to use, but it was pretty cheap, and so that's why I went ahead and got it. I didn't like the name page, so I decided to make my own, and that's the best thing about bullet journaling. You can just do whatever you want. This first page is that weird page that kind of sticks together and it doesn't lay very flat, but I also don't like to waste paper, so instead of just gluing it together, I went ahead and made it my 2022 title page for the book. That way I don't have to reference it all the time, but it's there and it's pretty. I made this one quite different, even though it's the same numbers. I think they're called like old-timey numbers if you like Google it. And then I'm also using like a stretched, very thin cursive. If you look at my other 2 bullet journal setups, which I'll have linked in the card, you'll see that all 3 themes not match, but they all favor each other quite a bit, with a lot of the same elements and details, and definitely the same colors. I'm doing the future log here with my Pilot Precise VR5 gel pen with the same stretched out cursive. And then with the months, I'm using a really light, extra light almond Crayola Color of the World, and then the super tip I use for the days of the week. And then I think the darker little bit is a medium golden color that I use for the numbers on the months. And that way I just have the 4 months for the book itself, and then enough space to write down all the dates that I need on the bottom. And even though we are getting close to 2023, I didn't want to write all those dates, so I divided this whole page by 12. So I wrote down the months themselves, and that way as dates and things come up, events and appointments, I can jot them down, and then when I set up my 2023 journal, I'll be able to have everything right there and to be able to put them in the right area that they need to be. Once I have all of the months and everything written out in my new journal, it'll make it a lot easier. Okay, turning the page. This is my master task list, I guess is what I would call it. I have a really hard time with the concept of time both ways. Like sometimes I'll think that an easy thing like making the bed or doing the dishes will take me hours, and then I procrastinate and don't start it until I feel like I have enough time to do it, even though it really only takes a few minutes. And then the other way around, I feel like I can repaint the entire house or completely landscape the entire yard in an afternoon, but that's not how it works. So I'm trying to really train myself, and I divided all my tasks by small, medium, large, and largest. So the first one is like 5 to 30 minutes. Medium is an hour to 3 hours. Big would be like a half a day to a full day, and then the biggest would be like a full weekend like project that needs a lot of time. And then you see I took that Crayola Color of the World and divided a little spot on the bottom. So those are some cleaning tasks that I'll have, whether it's something small like sweeping or the dishes, or something a little bigger like washing all the windows or washing all the walls, getting the couch cleaned. Those kinds of things I'll be able to look at my week and my days and seeing what I can really just accomplish with the time that things actually take. So here's my bills tracker. I have to pay bills because we're adults and that's how life works. I only have, I think, 2 bills a month now because we moved into a new place and we are kind of off grid, I guess. We collect water, so I don't have to pay that bill anymore. But for electricity and our data, our internet, I have to write those down. So that's what that's for. And then this next page, I divided it by 2. The first box is for my dog. I'm a mom of a rescue pit bull, and she needs to take some medication every month or 2. The parasites, worms and fleas and ticks and things like that are pretty harsh here in Belize. So I have to be on top of it to make sure she doesn't have anything attack her. And so that's what this is. And I think I gave her a cute little box with this grid washi tape. And you see how I cut out the little corners like in a little roundiness? I love it. It's super cute. But yeah, it's end of part. Next card are the 2 ones that I can get here. And I just write down the dates and when I actually give it to her. And I didn't want to use the entire page because it's only 4 months that she needs. So I took this next part that I divided it by and made it into a wish list. Not only things that I would like to get for myself, but also gifts for friends and family. Whenever I come up with an idea, I like to jot it down really quick before I forget, because that's how my brain works, or doesn't work, I guess. That's why I have to write things down, because my brain doesn't work. Okay, you guys, this is the most exciting spread of or page of the whole setup. I think I love it. In fact, it's the same one that I set up in my last journal, and I was new then, so I'm coming back with it again because it has worked awesome. It really, really is great to have an overview of your health and what you're doing to take care of yourself, the effort that you're putting into your body. So I wrote down the days of the months, kind of like how you scroll through your calendar on your phone, and then made a spot in between, one line of days and one line that's open. And you see the 6 different symbols I put on the bottom, I can put in the individual boxes for that day. So then all of them can be layered on top of each other. So if I was a maniac and did all 6 things in one day, I could still tell and see the difference between all of them and see what I was able to take the time for. And it really helps me to evaluate my patterns and how often I am taking care of myself. In the same way with this other page, the self-care spread, I've divided it between mind, body, soul, and friends, and it's just a list of different things that I can do to take care of myself. I really love these 2 pages. I come to them very often and I use them quite a bit. It's something that I really, really feel improves my life, and it's also really pretty to look at. I love the little boxes with the 2 lines, and then I wrote the titles and stuck this beigey washi tape over the top to give it a little bit of a title. Super cute. Okay, here we are at the last couple of spreads. This is my personal study collection, I guess I would say. The first journal of the year, I made the same 6 months for the beginning of the year, and I really like to take my personal study and divide it by a subject for the entire month. And then with this, I either write with calligraphy or I draw something, and that way I have a little bit of a visual representation of what I've took my time to study and benefit from, and kind of just remind myself of some of the things I've learned. And then on the opposite side, I have a blessings collection page where throughout the 4 months I will just write down things that I feel are specific blessings that I've received that I should be thankful for, prayers answered, gifts, things that I feel like God has been really considerate or loving kind to me personally, which is the best way to remember the entire year. Okay, here we are at the flip through. Thank you so much for joining me for this setup. If you like these kind of style and videos, please subscribe. I have plenty of more videos, not only already posted but coming up. I have an Instagram if you want to see some still photos and up close detailed drawing tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to stick around, I'm going to put this cute little sticker on my third journal. I got this little collection of stickers from a gift shop here in Belize, and I really like them for the different animals that Belize has. And this one is really, really special. It's a tapir. If you're a local, you call it a mountain cow. It's a really interesting animal, actually, like almost a platypus of the tropics. So many different animals combined into one. But I really like how it looks, and it kind of completes the collection so that all three journals go together. But thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.